good to see both of y'all, man.
So
Yeah.
thank you so much, Ms. Arkansas. She's wanting to surprise you, and I'm so happy that she's here. And I'm telling you, I want to let people know who each of you are. Cynthia Rudd, comedian Ms. Arkansas, is here, and she's a child of God first, a mother, grandmother, hardworking stand-up comedian for decades, and an actress and a life coach. She's here to
Yes.
surprise Kevin Davis, and let me get to his thingamajiggy. That sounded weird. Kevin Davis.
It did
Hey.
sound weird.
Kevin Davis, aka the Marine of Comedy, 20-year Marine veteran who now commits his time to changing the stigma of mental health, focused on veterans with a company called One Degree of Separation. Something that like that would be fine for you to say, and I don't know where to stop.
I was actually just giving you some cues. You weren't supposed to read it verbatim. At the end, I said something like that would be nice. And she actually read that.
I always screw up every introduction.
That's all right.
That's Linda.
It's not that serious. You know what I mean?
Kevin Davis, I want you to get on here and tell people who you are, what your passion is. And at the end of this thing, I want to have you retell the story of how you and comedian Miss Arkansas and I got ourselves into hot water.
Okay. A little bit about me. I'm a retired Marine, father of three, grandfather of three. The unique thing about me is that my son's oldest son is older than my youngest son. Yeah, that's the truth. Yeah. It's crazy because my son came to me one day, right? He was like 10. And he's like, Dad, can I talk to you? I was like, sure, son. He goes, Dad, I don't want to be an uncle. And I felt terrible, you know what I mean? Because his nephew is older than he is. You know? But that's all right. But I got three boys. My middle son, I just left him in Japan. And he has
Ah,
grown up to be such a good young man, and I'm very proud of him. Um, I found my calling. I thought comedy was my calling, which, I mean, it's definitely has saved me through a lot of things in life. But what I do now with One Degree of Separation is so beyond that, man. It's I didn't know that I had mental issues. We go through life always thinking I'm okay. Everybody else is messed up. That's just how we look at life. And we think that our circumstances are normal. In many cases, they're not. We grew up in bad situations and we just adapted and made our lives work around it. But as we start functioning in the regular world, we realize that there's some stuff off. And I did like 3.5 years ago. I didn't know I suffered from abandonment issues and depression.
Hmm.
Who would have known? I'm the happiest guy in the room. I'm always the funny guy. You know what? That's been my defenses all my life. I've always been the funny guy in the room. I've always been that guy, but my internal life was a mess. A lot of people don't know this, but my wife had got murdered when I was 22 years old. And I never talked about it until recently. So what I'm doing now is we average 22 veterans dying a day in the world. 22.
Someone was detected at your My Front Door.
And now, yeah, don't worry about that. That's
you're
just
gonna
a man. That's just a man trying to keep a brother down. But what we're doing now, man, we are changing the stigma and making it okay to talk about mental health. You know what I mean? And I know, Miss Arkansas, for you and I in the black community, it's different. That's what I thought. I thought it was just us that
Right.
dealt with it the way we did, that we don't talk about it. We got this weird uncle, this weird, you know what I mean? And everybody like, oh, that's just Uncle so and so. But every race is like that. Nobody talks about it. It's not just black people. Now, black people and Asians are least likely to get help. but everybody don't talk about mental health. So all we trying to do is teach people how to talk about it, and it has been the most fulfilling thing I've ever done in my life. This is all I want to do now. I just want to go out and I want to change people because the strength now for me is talking about it. It's not hiding. It doesn't make me less than a man, but I get to do comedy and I get to help people at the same time. It don't get no better than that.
Wow.
That's all I got. Uh,
It's so
Wow.
you go ahead, comedian Miss
and Linda knows
Arkansas.
because Linda's done it. Linda's been on some panels. She can tell you it's the feeling when you get done. Like in a comedy high, you got that high, then you got that next show, right? Because you can go right down. Because you can do two great shows and that third show bomb, and you just go, and that's how we are. We're so critical of each other. But when we do what we do, and people come to you and they hug you, and in the beginning when they see you, they got a regular look. But when you get done, you see that twinkle in their eye because you touch something in them. You become
Mhm.
their voice, man. And they them hugs them people give you, boy. It ain't like a comedy high where you get down later on. This one here keeps you going. It keeps you floating. You know what I mean? You riding back on the plane 6 hours, not even thinking about the flight. All you thinking about is the people you touched and the people that stay in touch and the people that going to say, "Man, you saved me." I needed to hear that. Or somebody come up to you and say, "Man, we need you on that panel. We need to see a black man talking about mental health." You know, that's what's changed
Mhm.
me, man. It changed my life 1,000%. That's all I
Good.
got.
Wow.
That's all I got. Again,
Wow. Thank you.
Arkansas, you looking good, sweetheart. You looking
Man,
younger.
listen, I ain't even put a wig on. I just brushed my little hair down, threw some on because she told me Kevin was going to be on here, the Marina Comedy. I just want to say before I get started, this man, I met this man at the lodge or something. Anyway, he told me he had two comedians he wanted me to meet because he knew I had a comedy show, me and Jason Rogers, and he wanted them to be seen. And I was like, who are they? But I didn't really dig deep in it. I just said, okay, tell them come see me.
Yeah, that's where it started.
I didn't know them from
Yep.
a can of paint, but I became a good friend of both of them.
And
His little
Raheem Mitchell.
macaron.
Raheem, don't forget
And
Raheem Mitchell. Yeah.
yeah, and Raheem, though you
Yes.
sure right. And let them did they comedy, they did they thing, they showed up, showed out, and been running ever since.
That's how we met. That's exactly it at the post 14 in San Bernardino.
Yep.
And
Wow. That's what's up. I'll
he was
never
friends with
forget
Jeff.
that day.
I think he was friends with Jeff. And I used
Yeah.
to do the karaoke there. And then
Yeah.
yeah, he
Oh
told me
yeah.
about you. And then you like without even seeing us, put us on the show. And that was
Yep. At the
cool.
improv.
Yes. I'll tell you, that was big. You got figured we was
Wasn't
brand
it?
new in the game, so that was huge. That's a
You
bar.
right.
That was yeah.
Wow. Well, when Linda reached out to me and she was saying you was gonna be on here, I was like, "Oh my God, what time? Is it Vegas? Is it Vegas time? Is it my time? I'm trying to figure this thing out." But I just want to add on to what Linda said about me. She said I'm a mother, a grandmother of 11, and I have a great grandbaby now. She's 1 year old. Her name is Winter with a Y, not an I.
Black people.
Matter of fact, it's one of my grandbaby's birthday today, my grandbaby Autumn. So happy
Okay.
birthday, Autumn. Grandma, love you. But wow. Linda, where you run off to? Don't be hiding.
I live in New York City.
She
That's
went to
cool.
Linda went for the big time. She wanted to be, if you make it there, you can make it anywhere.
Ain't that right?
As
You
they
know, I
say.
like it out here because there's so many people my age that are in positions of power and they get me, There's
Mhm.
a lot of them in Vegas too, but you know, you can stand in line for 30, 40 years to get a good spot in Vegas because everybody retires there.
Yes.
So,
Good point. That's definitely a good point.
Wow. It
yeah.
was a young lady wanted me in New York for Father's Day, but I'll be in Phoenix, Arizona. So I can be in two places at one time.
Mm.
Yeah. Well, I want Kevin and, well, Cynthia, tell people where you're going to be performing and where people can follow you. And then, Kevin, I want you to tell the story and then give us all your social information like that too.
Not a problem.
We gonna tell this
We're
story
going to tell the
together.
story, yeah, because all of us was involved in this story. It ain't one-dimensional. We got to talk about the drive first to get there.
You can do it now if you want to instead of waiting.
Yeah, we'll tell the story, then we'll let them know how they can follow us.
Yeah. Yeah.
Go, Kevin.
Okay. So Linda was producing a show, a comedy show. So she reaches out to me in Miss Arkansas and she says, "Hey, I got this show at a bank. And it's in a place called Sun City, Menifee, right at the line." And I said, "Okay, not a problem. It's the middle of the day, easy show." You know what I mean? I'm like, I'm okay, no problem. So I head out there, plenty of time, because I like to be on time because I'm a Marine, you know. And I'm driving up and down the street, up and down the street. I can't find this place to save my soul. And I'm just driving up the street. And then I go to the end and I drive back down the street. And the numbers ain't matching up. Right? You remember that? The numbers.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, where is this place? So it's a bank. It was a bank. It definitely was a bank. It was a bank. So I get to the bank finally. And then Arkansas, she shows up. And we sitting there talking. I'm like, well, we waiting on Linda, you know, to go into the bank and do this show. Now, I'm thinking this is a corporate gig. You know what I'm saying? It's a bank. It's a Saturday afternoon. We're going to go in. They got us a room set up. That's what I'm thinking. I'm like, okay, this right. Cool. Cool. So Linda shows up. She got a little box. Speaker box. All right, okay. We were going, are we going inside? The bank is closed. Okay, the bank's closed. The bank's not open. The drive-through window's open. You know what I'm saying? Now, for the life of me, I'm going to be honest here. I'm waiting to go inside. I'm still waiting. All right, what we doing the show at? Okay, I'm good. Arkansas looking. We both excited because, we love working together.
Right.
So we still excited. Linda's sitting there talking. So she takes the speaker and she puts it by the drive-through. And I look at Arkansas. I said, I done done some shows in my time. But I know she ain't setting that speaker up in the drive-through, right? Am I lying? Tell me if I'm lying. Huh?
You ain't lying.
So she puts
it. Plugged it in.
I look at her and I say, this is where we doing the comedy show at? We ain't doing it. We in the drive-through. We in the lane. We in the lane. We in the lane. We in the lane, right? Doing the sound check. Test 1, 2, 3.
People coming through want us to move.
Time they drove up, we thought they was coming to see the show. They're like, get out the way.
I was asking them too. You come to see the show? they looking at me like, get out the way, ma'am.
We just in there. They coming for the show now. Let me get 20.
I said, oh Lord.
So we in there, right? And we had nobody came, okay?
Well, none of us.
Not one soul. Not one soul came. And we moved out that driveway quite a few times to get out the way so people could come. So then Arkansas looks at me and she said, take my picture from this angle, Kevin. You know how she say my name? She said, Kevin. I don't know about you, but I'm going to tell them we had a hell of a show. And I'm posting it.
But you know one thing I can say about that show, Linda paid us what she said she was paying us,
Oh yeah,
regardless if
yeah,
somebody
she
showed up
did.
or not.
And
And
I
let me
felt.
tell y'all about this part.
Go ahead.
Kevin ain't told y'all about this. This police kept passing by. Kept on passing by. I said, Kevin, we need to get away from here before they think we done kidnapped this white lady. I said, up here at this bank, and they ain't nobody here but us.
And us three in the drive-through, like we
Yep,
like
us
we taking
three.
Ruffy to get her money, right? Yeah, we done took it to the ATM machine. You know they ain't gonna question her. It was gonna be me and you. We was in Sun City. It ain't but three black people in Sun City, and two of us was at the bank.
You know, I had a show all set up that day at the Sun City Civic Association, just
Uh-huh.
down the street, just south of there, at
Yeah.
south of the drive-through. And then they found out that the two comedians I was bringing were people of color, and they pulled the show out at the last minute.
You never told us that.
Telling you now.
She waited to get us on here to tell us
Hey,
that.
all these years I never knew that.
Those
Me
dirty,
either.
rotten, no good Sun City Civic Association. Yep.
That does
Oh
not
wow.
that don't surprise me because I had a tire blowout. And it was at that exit, the Sun City exit. And I'm gonna tell you something. I felt like I was in Louisiana some damn where.
Yeah.
All jokes aside, the way they treated me, I really felt like I was somewhere in the South. So Linda saying that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
So that's
Oh
how we
wow.
ended up at the drive-through at the bank.
Yeah.
That's the backstory, Arkansas. Now it makes
I
sense.
said maybe it's across the street.
How many times did we
I'm
ride
trying
past
to
that
find
spot?
that show.
I'm just going up and down the street. I'm like, wow.
I remember that we all you said, Kevin said, well, let's just do our material. So I guess I went on first and did my material, and then the rest of you did your material, and we did it to
Right.
each other. And
Right.
I remember that you two took me under your wings, as green as I was with my comedy. I mean, Kevin started out in comedy about the same time I did, but he took off like a rocket. I was dealing with a
Mm-hmm.
lot of depression and the brain injury, and so I was a lot slower, but he took a lot of time helping me, and I know you did too. You know, you both gave me a lot of tips, but I was so scared to perform in front of you, and you took that fear away.
Oh, that's
That's
well.
all right.
This is so cool to hear the backside of that story because I
Right.
could not for the life of me understand why somebody would book a comedy show in a drive-through at an ATM.
I was not
And that,
having you.
now it makes sense now. It makes sense because I was like, is this where we? You know what I mean? I was like, I've been some places, and every time
Right.
somebody would drive up, we'd have to get out the way, right?
It was too funny.
It was
We
great.
thinking they coming to see us. They
And now,
coming to get some money out the ATM.
and now for the backstory. Wow, it makes a lot of sense now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And she didn't even tell us it that day. You know that
Right.
she did not tell us it that day. We just did
But
it. She
see, the
said, "Here."
Lord knew that she didn't need to tell me because I probably would have started some mess every time one of them came through the drive-through.
Yeah, that was interesting. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Racism is still amongst us. So,
And you know what,
Wow,
Linda? It's
man,
not
that
gonna go anywhere. That's why my mom told us when we was growing up, treat people the way we want to be treated. And that's what
mhm.
I live by. You know, I don't look at color. I don't look at none of that. I treat people the way I want to be treated. Now, if they do wrong by me, they got to answer to God for themselves.
I
that's
agree with
right.
that. And I've been the same way. I don't look at color. I look at people. I look at substance. I don't give a damn what color you are. You know, just like music. You know me, so I listen to everything.
Right.
I was just out karaoke the other night singing country, and my buddy Craig like, "Man, you sing country?" I said, "Bro, I sing anything. I don't give a damn. If it's good, it's good. If it's music, it's music to me. Just like people. There's
Right.
some good black people, and there's some horrible black people. There's some good white people, and there's some horrible black people. You know what I mean?
Ain't that
It's
right?
just who they are. It ain't got nothing to do with my color. I'm just gonna be me, and I'm gonna treat people that way until you show me something different. Exactly that.
Right.
And
Man,
I got robbed at a bank that I worked at in South Florida in the late 70s, and it happened to be a person of color, and they I was the only person that could identify him. The whole branch, everybody in the branch said they didn't see a thing. And so I had to go and be a, like a witness, or I had to
At
go.
the court and all that, right? Yeah.
Yeah, I got
right.
summoned, and so they said, is the person in the room that robbed you? And I said, yes. And they said, do you recognize him because he's black? And I said, no. In fact, you can twirl me around and blindfold me and have him just say one sentence, and I'll pick him out blindfolded. Like, it isn't
Ooh,
about the color,
that
like,
was strong. That was real
So if
strong.
he did it, he's supposed to get
Yeah.
got.
Give a damn who color it is. If you do it, it's just like somebody do people wrong, and I'm watching the video of it. If they was damn about their color,
Right.
like I said, there's good people and there's bad people. In color,
Now the
you know what I
only
mean?
time my prejudice come out when I'm watching Family Feud and it's a black family and
Oh
a
yeah,
white family, I want the black family to win.
yeah. Well, you know that I guess that
But
happens
then
with
when it's two
boxing.
black families, it's like, man, it's
You
dumbass.
go to the least ratchet.
But that ain't prejudice. That's just watching Family Feud because sometimes it be just two Caucasian couples or something. And
Right.
hey, I still got a team I'm rooting for. I just
Well,
had
there's
to throw
something
that
about
in there
them that
since
you
you were
like.
talking about racism.
Yeah, there's something about them you like, and you gravitate to that. You know what I mean? You know, I think anywhere I go, I meet people. People will tell you that about me. I meet people, and it got nothing to do with my
Right.
color. If sometimes if I'm on a plane and I'm talking about 1 degree of separation, like the last flight I was on, and so many people just crowd around and just want to talk, and they always say, "Oh man, thank you for what you're doing" and all that. They're not looking at my color. They're looking at the substance of
Right.
what I'm talking about and what we're trying to achieve because mental health don't have a color. You know what I mean?
You're
It does
right.
not.
Come on now.
And when you
Like alcoholism and
it's
all them other.
alcoholism, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. But people want to put a color on it. It's not. And I did, honestly, my first show, I said, "Man, I didn't know white people dealt with mental health like this because I didn't. Because I grew up in
Wow.
a black home, and how we dealt with it was the way we dealt with it. But now to be exposed to it, man, everybody got issues. You know what I mean?
Everybody does. And
Everybody,
Kevin, when we were in the military, there was don't ask, don't tell about your sexuality.
right?
But there's always, no matter where people work, firemen, police, military, they always bury their mental issues for fear of losing their jobs.
And it's legitimate because a lot of them will lose their jobs. I think Brad was telling me of the like 3 million people screened for like intelligence jobs, only 1,000 were fired for mental health. You know why? Because nobody else talks about it. That's why. You know,
Wow.
and you tell me out of 3 million people, only 1,000 of them got mental issues?
No.
No. No, exactly. And these are people with top secret clearances. So they just hide it because, you like you said, the military, me as a master sergeant, it is no way I'm going to tell somebody I got depression. I can't do that and stand in front of Marines back then. I couldn't do it. Even if I thought
Right.
I had it, which I didn't think I did because I was in denial. But even if I thought I did, I wouldn't have brought it up.
Yeah.
You
Wow.
take a lot of us take it to the grave with us, and I would have had I not ran into 1 degree of separation. I would have taken it to my grave. There's no doubt in my mind. There was nothing that would make me talk about, and now I talk about it in front of thousands of people like it ain't nothing.
That's crazy. I was at my doctor yesterday, and she asked a million questions, and one of hers was about depression and stuff like that, trying to dig up
Mm-hmm.
stuff. And I shared a couple things with her, and then first thing she wanna say is about sending me to see somebody. I told her I did that years ago, and all they did was try to medicate my problem. I say, I learned now how to go to my higher power, which is God, and talk to Him, and whatever going on that day, I let Him deal with it that day. You know what
Mm-hmm.
I'm
Well,
saying?
everybody,
And
yeah,
like when I don't know if y'all see these messages, but this shit popping up. But anyway, like when I do my comedy, every time before I put that mic back in the mic stand, I have to share, because I never know who going through something.
right.
And it's amazing, like you say, it's so amazing because after the show, at least one person gonna come to me and say how that helped them. They'll
You
say
know
you
what?
funny or whatever, but if you sharing something and you know what I'm saying, and
You know what?
it help you, it gonna help at least one person.
You know what? I'm taking that from this day on. From this day on, when I get done with my comedy, I'm gonna offer exactly what you said because what I'm doing in that
Mm-hmm.
realm is really big. A lot of people
Right.
know me because I've been out doing it, and my transparency is what people love. The fact that I've been open and honest about everything I've been through in my life. And I think that
Right.
offer at the end, I know y'all laughed, but I know some of y'all going through something. And it's okay. You can't be able to
Come
get
on.
away from it. And if you want to talk after the show, feel free, man. Come talk to me. I want to do that. I think I'm going to add that because this changed my life, Maurice. So I'm telling you, man. Oh my God.
I believe it.
You know what else I did? I didn't realize, anger, a lot of my anger was from depression. You know what I mean? Because I didn't have no channels. I just kept it all inside. That's that Marine, 20 years of Marine Corps, growing up in that environment, growing up without a father, the abandonment issues. I never dealt with any of that stuff. I just kept it all inside and all inside. So whenever I would be in an argument
Right.
or confrontation with a girlfriend, then that's when it would explode. And it always explodes around the people you love. It's never the people, it's the people you love that are around you so much they catch the blunt of that. I didn't know that was
Right.
depression. I didn't know also that me working like a maniac, like I used to do, and doing a show here and a show here and a show here, that was part of my depression too, filling those gaps. I can have a gap because it wasn't good for me. I need to fill it.
Mhm.
I need to drive them 3 hours to San Diego, then drive to LA, then drive to Burbank, you know what I mean, and do all that. And I'm thinking, I'm doing it for the comedy. No, I'm doing it for my mental health. I
Mhm.
was doing it because that's the way I lived. One thing
You
on top of
right.
the other. Always had something going on. Always. And I
Right.
didn't even realize, what I was going through, man. And I really, and then now as I sit back and look at it, man, it's clear now, but it wasn't then.
Right.
When they say the forest for the trees and all that, that's real. Cause you in the middle of that, you ain't realizing. And you know what's crazy? I helped a lot of people during them times. But you know
Wow.
who I didn't help?
Yourself.
Me.
Yep.
Me. And
That's
every
why it's
every
all about me now, Kevin.
it gotta be. We at that age. It gotta be about us now.
Yeah.
And you know what? And this is the part I'm gonna really kill you on. This is crazy. Dating, right? Dating. So you remember I missed Alyssa? I dated Alyssa for 8 years,
Right.
and then I dated Jay for 3 years. And I could never love them like they loved me because I was still chasing me. It was still
Right.
about me. It was still about the attention, the cars, the dressing, the clothes. Everything was always about me.
You right.
It was always about me. And that's just the truth. And as I look back on it, I felt terrible because I knew that Jay loved me. I knew Alyssa loved me. And I purposely pushed them both away because the
Mm-hmm.
closer they got to me, the more afraid I was of being hurt by the abandonment that you're going to leave me. These are two young, beautiful women
Right.
that one day I'm going to be old and they're going to leave me.
Mm-hmm.
And it's going to devastate me because my childhood thing I never dealt with. I was dealing with that as a grown man. So what I did,
Wow.
so what I did once I got strong with this, I contacted every woman I dated the last 10 years, and I apologized.
Oh,
Wow.
I
And I
did.
bet you felt 100 pounds lighter.
I feel 1,000 pounds lighter. I don't
Come
have that
on.
on my back. I don't have that thing in my gut. You know what I mean? That I knew I was wrong because I knew Jay loved me, but I kept like pushing her as she got closer. I purposely stopped doing the things that attracted her on purpose because I
Right.
wanted her to say to me, this ain't working. I wanted to hear that so
Wow.
I could just release and go about my business and then start somewhere else. But there was a quote by Bob Marley that messed me up, and this is the one that changed me. It said, "The worst thing that a man can do is to open up a woman to love and not love her." That was me. I made myself available. I made like
Yeah,
I was
cause
gonna
we the
love you.
craziest individuals.
Yes. And
Wow.
that's who I was. You know what I mean? And that's exactly who I was. And now I'm not that person. You know what I mean? I'm a much better
Praise
person.
God.
I'm a much better
You
person.
know
But
what I've been doing since I've been in Arkansas?
what?
I quit drinking before I moved back to Arkansas, but this one man, I met him at the physical therapy place. I invited him and his wife to my comedy show, and he ended up inviting me to a AA meeting. And when I be in there speaking, they done had me to speak a couple of times. And I always explain to them that I ain't had to have no AA meeting, no 12 steps, no big book, no sponsor. That my higher power delivered me. And I try to explain to them that I say I am a recovered alcoholic because if God clean you up, you become a new creature. Old thing pass away, everything else become new. So why should I sit in here and tell y'all I'm an alcoholic when I'm not an alcoholic? But
Right.
anyway, this was my 8-year coin.
Okay.
Yep, they gave me an 8-year coin, and then they just presented me with my 9-year coin.
Oh, beautiful.
Yep, and so it's 9 years and 13 days, no alcohol, and
Right.
so it
fabulous.
feel good going over there speaking and sharing with those people because a lot of them they still sick and they talk about how they lose their family and job and this and that and that. I told them regardless of what you lose, you got to make sure you all right. Don't worry about none of that other stuff around you. You got to be all right in order to help them. You can't help them while you sick, and that go along with mental health. We have to make sure we right because I know I ain't all over. I know I got a few screws missing.
Oh yeah.
You
We a
know what
work
I'm
in
saying?
progress. It don't stop.
Yeah.
Yeah, it don't stop.
And that's why I tell them, let me keep being this comedian. Let me keep throwing these jokes because y'all don't want me to be the old person because I don't even know what'll happen if I be the old person. So I don't want to think on that. I want to just keep going the way I'm going and, loving me, loving people, bringing laughter, and been in a couple of movies, got another movie coming out. It's called On a Tuesday. I'm Miss Gloria in it. And,
Okay.
I'm a hot little lady.
And you
But,
know what? At 12 step, when I hear people
mhm,
talk about that, I've never been in none of them programs either. It's all been about educating myself and becoming a better person. Some people need medication, some people don't. Everybody don't need the
right.
same thing. Funny thing happened to me. I was at home, right? And we got
Mhm,
this little bar that we everybody go to. And the bar, all the drinks is $1. Everything's $1. So I go in there and I see my cousin. I ain't seen my cousin in years. And he looking terrible. He got how the lips when you drink so much, you got the red under here and all that look. And
mhm.
he looked at me, he said, "Cuz, you looking good, cuz. What you doing, cuz? You beautiful." And I said, "I'm what?" He said, "You beautiful." I think he was trying to say beautiful. He said, "You
Right.
beautiful, cuz. You beautiful." He said, "What you been doing?" I said, "Man, 10,000 steps every day." He said, "That's what you doing? You doing 10,000 steps?" I said, "Yeah, man." He said, "Damn, I can't even get through 10."
You
Like, hold
wrong.
up. Then I thought about what he was thinking. He talking about the program, right? Like he said, damn, you doing 10,000? I said, yeah, I can't even get through the test that program.
No, man, I'm talking about walking. That's funny.
He was like, you do 10,000? I said, yeah. He said, damn, I can't even get through the 10-step program.
Wow, it's so good seeing y'all, man.
Yeah, man, it is. It's like a little reunion.
Yeah.
Well, Cynthia
Good to
Rudd,
see y'all,
comedian
man. That
Miss
we all
Arkansas.
share.
Oh, I interrupted. Sorry. You go ahead, Kevin. What did you just say?
Oh, go ahead. Oh no, but I know I don't know if both of y'all know this, but I'm still dealing with cancer right now, right? But
Mm,
just like everything else in life, you know me, it ain't gonna beat me down. You don't see me, my spirits is the same because I gotta do what I can do. Now I ain't happy with how the VA does it because I still ain't had my secondary appointment after my radiation treatments. But I'm still out here being positive. I'm still out here changing lives. And when it's over for
right.
me. But you know, I think now I can sleep. If I'm done, I've done a lot of things to clear up my life. To clear up some things and I'm helping people. And I know my calling in life has always been that, whether it was through comedy or helping or conversation, and now through the mental health thing. I'm doing what I was put on this earth to do, and whenever that's over, it's over. But I'm happy. I'm as happy as I've ever been
You
in my
know what,
life.
Kevin? My prayers are with you, and they're just like 1999. I don't know when my left kidney quit working, but I found out in 1999 that it wasn't working, and
Okay.
I hadn't heard anything else since then. You know what I'm saying? No doctor told me nothing or nothing. I just knew the doctor that told me it wasn't working. As long as I take care of that right one, I'll be okay. So I gave up
Hmm.
sodas first, and then, like I say, May the 1st, 2017, I gave up alcohol. So
Okay.
I had to have an MRI done on my back. They said I got a crack in my spine. I told them I think that thing saw the wrong crack. I ain't got no crack in my spine. It's in my behind. but but anyway, I
That's
asked the young
hilarious.
man, I say, hey, can you see my kidney on that machine? And he said, yeah. And he said, I'll scan it or whatever and I'll get a doctor your results. So she said they saw a little cyst on there or something. I don't know what she was talking about. That was 1999. I'm not worried about what's going on with that left kidney. You know what I'm saying? I'm just doing what's right by the right one. And
Right.
I felt
It
like
is.
if God ain't no felt, I feel if God been keeping me that long with this thing not working, come on now, He gonna continue to keep me like you say until my number been called.
Yeah, and they told me they can see me in July. I
Mm-hmm.
said, I said, you do realize this is cancer? And they said, yeah. And I said, well, I'm not gonna worry about it no more. If July is when I gotta go, then that's when I go. But then up to that point, I'm gonna keep living
July
and keep
what?
doing my thing. Huh?
July who?
July the 20th.
Tell them that man named Jew and he lying.
Yeah, that man name is May and he lying. I was
Ain't
supposed
that
to be
right?
seen. I
You
was
know
supposed to
what?
be
I'm gonna
seen
share this
April
with you
6th.
real quick, Kevin.
Yeah.
And man don't know when we gonna go.
No.
My niece laid over there in the rehabilitation place. She got ALS.
Okay.
And ALS, they say you can live 5 years without medication, 10 with it. My niece is still going. You know what I'm saying? She
Hmm.
laid over there, and a lot of her stuff done quit working. And but I asked her when I last seen her, I say, God say, who report you gonna believe? Here's a man. She said, God. And she tried to wiggle her toes. She moved her fingers. Her speech getting a little better. If you believe and you believe with all your heart, ain't nothing God can't do. You know what I'm
I
saying?
believe
And
that.
like
Yeah,
you
I
say,
believe that.
and if it is, I
It's that
believe we
time.
got
It's
a
my
number.
time.
I believe we got a number right here.
Yeah.
But it's behind that skin. You know, and if we was able to see it, we a lot of things we wouldn't do. But since
Right.
we can't do it, we gotta just try to do what's right. You
I
know what
got
I'm saying? But you looking good. I don't care what they said about you.
you. Well, listen. If you got you got that little that last 20 pounds you're trying to lose.
I
Get some.
just lost 7.
Okay. Get you some cancer. It'll take care of that
Oh
last 20
no.
pounds.
That's like that's in my comedy too. I said 2 times they lied like I had cancer for real. You know, in my breast. I told them I guess that was them me and Zodiac sign because I ain't had no cancer. And I didn't believe it, so my results came back and I didn't have it. You know, that's just
Yeah,
my belief in him. You know what I'm saying?
that's all right. But we still here, so we got some more laughs.
That's important. Like I say, you
Yeah,
still looking like Cav to me. Don't look like nothing
yeah,
wrong. So,
yeah. I'm good. I'm good. Matter of fact, I guess we're gonna talk about where we're gonna be at, right?
oh yeah, let
We
me
gotta get
find
contacted.
mine.
Yeah, let's
Okay,
do
go
it.
ahead.
You go first, Miss Arkansas.
I gotta find it. Hold up. Okay, over here.
Laptop.
Now I gotta get my glasses.
Okay. Let's see those glasses.
Okay, well, God say I like saying God say the same because we don't know what's gonna happen today, let alone tomorrow. But if he agree, the 21st through the 24th, I will be in Florida. July the 3rd through the 5th, I'm in Memphis, Tennessee. I got a live taping at the Evergreen Theater. So if you're in Memphis, uh, get with comedian Big Mickey and get your ticket and come on out. We got a 5 o'clock show and an 8 o'clock. The 8 o'clock will be filmed and pitched to Netflix and all them other places. So I am headlining it. My girl comedian Carly Carr will be back in town. She gonna be on that one. So I'm excited about that. And then on the 18th, I got a July the 18th, I got a show in Little Rock, Arkansas. August the 14th through the 18th, I will be back in Las Vegas. On the 14th, I have a show. You just got to follow me and make sure you get all this information. June, I have a show. I'm in Phoenix, Arizona, June the 17th to the 19th. June the 20th, DeSoto, I guess that's how you pronounce it, Texas. And then June the 24th through the 27th, Cumberland, Maryland. Uh, September I said August before I said these people. But anyway, September the 11th, Memphis, Tennessee. September the 25th through the 27th, Chicago, Illinois, and October the 17th, Little Rock, Arkansas. So that's what I have right now. And if you book it and you got a budget, book Miss Arkansas.
Yeah, awesome. Thank you
That
so
was that was beautiful. Mine ain't gonna be that long and drawn out and shit. All right, I can tell you that right now, because I'm cut. I'm cutting back on shit. So here's where I'm gonna be
I
at.
hear you.
Friday, I will be at the Epic Center in Rancho Cucamonga, California, with Evan Lionel and Bruh Man from the Fifth Floor.
Okay.
That's on this Friday coming up. Then June the 5th, I'm going to be doing a fundraiser in Hemet for some homeless people with Justin Fox. I'll be
Mm-hmm.
there with him. Then on June the 12th, I'll be in Crestview, Florida, doing 2 shows, one at the world famous Legion and one on a boat. I just
Okay.
did it today just to test it out, but that's gonna be cool. And then on the 21st, I'll be in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, Lancaster. I'll be out there with Top Flight and my girl Ronnie Chanel
Okay.
from Chicago. I mean Detroit, and we doing a birthday party for me actually in
Oh,
Lancaster,
cool.
where I used to be a Marine recruiter at. And then I'll just get ready for September. Would be Mental Health Month, and we'll be super busy. Last year, I did 8 mental health shows in 7 states last year, so I'm looking forward to that. But right now, like my regular comedy, if you catch me, I'm not a lot of places anymore. That's on purpose. Don't get me wrong, but
Mm-hmm.
I'm just kind of slowing down and just doing like specific ones. And notice I said specific, not Pacific. I did
Come on
they.
now.
Okay. But those are the few dates that I got. But that's what I'm working with. And if you need to contact me, I'm the Marine of Comedy everywhere: Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. The Marine of Comedy or Marine of Comedy. That's it. That's the easy way. There's no other ones. I'm just the Marine of Comedy. And though I got a new brand though, I'm working on. I'm called the Tequila Pimp. Uh, Technically, can name me that because I got diabetes, I started drinking tequila. I mean, if you got to drink something, I figured tequila is good because it's agave. It doesn't spike my sugar. So I started learning about it, and I've really got pretty knowledgeable about tequila. So that my Mexican brothers and sisters call me the Tequila Pimp.
Oh.
Wow.
And I appreciate it. It's a term of endearment. But that's where I'm at, Linda. So
You
that's what
know
I got
what,
coming up.
Kevin? Linda
So
saw one of my
yes, sir.
posts that said Miss Arkansas and the Soldier of Comedy. And she said, "Are you talking about Kevin?" I'm Kevin, the Marine of
No,
Comedy.
because you know soldier.
He
That's right. The
actually from
Marine of
out
Comedy.
of where he say from Carolina or somewhere, but anyway, he came and did my show with me in St. Louis. We had a sold out show at
Okay.
KJ's on Broadway in St. Louis last Wednesday.
Sweet.
Yeah,
Sweet. Well,
but
I see you out there
he
still
your
doing your
brother
thing.
in
So
that area. He been
yeah,
in
he's
the
Army. He's Army then.
yeah.
He must be Army. Okay.
So
Tell him I'm
yeah,
wishing the best.
yeah. Wow. But like I say, man, it's so good to see both of y'all.
Thank
My prayers have always been with y'all. It ain't gonna stop, because everybody that's connected to me, I make sure I keep them before God when I pray, because I pray that they praying for me too. And it's good seeing y'all on here. And if God say the same, hopefully I'll see y'all somewhere soon.
thank you
All
so
right.
And
much for
Kevin,
coming
Sounds
if
on.
you
good to
need
me.
me on any of them mental health things, let me know, man. Cause hey, I'm messed up
I'm
too.
I'm just right now. I'm just riding along. If I get my own team, then I can reach out and get my own comedians.
I
So
understand what you're
so
saying.
we hoping we get this contract with the Marine Corps, and then we'll be doing all the Marine bases. Right now, we had a contract for 200 shows with the Navy, and that comes to an end July.
That's what's up. Okay.
So so everything is kind of up in the air right
And
now.
my
So we
number the
just
same, man. Reach out to me so I can
I
like
got
to,
you.
check on you and all that good stuff.
Yeah, me and Mac Rome still hanging. That's still my road dog.
Ah,
And
yeah, old Mac
Raheem still got his talk show. So yeah, everybody doing their thing. So
is doing their thing. That's what's up.
Isn't his
yeah.
full first
Wow.
name? Isn't his full first name Hermacus?
Yeah, I don't know where the hell Mac Rome came from. He just made that shit up. His name is like no, his name ain't no Hermicus. That ain't his real goddamn name. His name is like Terry some shit.
Yeah. You had to make him a comedy name.
Look, his name ain't Mac or Rome. Okay, his name ain't neither one of them. That ain't his real name.
Right.
Thank you both for coming on.
Hermacus.
Thank you so much for coming on, both of you. And I'll get this out to you so you can share it. And
All right,
I'll have
Linda,
it.
thank you
More
so
than
much.
welcome,
Good to
Linda.
see
We
you.
love you.
We
And
love you too.
I
Love
gotta
you.
make my way out to New York to see you since you
Yes,
Yeah,
no
same here.
longer in Vegas.
please come. I would love that. I got somebody from Vegas is here. Amir Khalil is here, and I got him a spot at Comic
Okay.
Strip. I'm gonna go watch him
Oh, you
perform.
did?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Cool.
Bye,
Well,
guys.
love you.
All right.
Y'all
Love
have
you.
a
See
blessed
y'all later.
day. Hey,
All right.
I'm gonna leave y'all with this note.
Go
Learn
ahead.
to trust God when you can't trust yourself.
Ooh.
Word.
Word. Bye. Love
I'm
you
gonna leave
all.
you with that. All right. See y'all
Love
later.
y'all too.
Bye.
Peace.